Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chris and this is ANC Candles and K Air Fresheners. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded a video on my channel, and trust me, there are reasons for that. I've been busy with my kids doing their track and field and stuff like school projects, and as well as doing my own regular job. So it's been a busy time for me. So I decided to upload this video today about 12 frequent questions that people have asked me concerning K Air Fresheners. I chose 12 because these are the frequent ones that have been always asked of me about K Air Fresheners. Not that there isn't more than these 12, it's just that these are the ones that people usually or will ask frequently. So I said, let me address these questions. Some of these questions came through the YouTube comments. Some of them came through my emails. Some of them came through my Facebook Messenger, and some of them came actually through text message that they sent to me through the phone number that I put in the description. So all these questions are coming everywhere, and sometimes I spend time explaining or answering these questions repeatedly. So for example, person A might ask me a question and I answer the question on the YouTube channel. Then 3 days later, person B will come to my YouTube channel and ask me the same questions. And sometimes I've made videos about some of these questions, not like frequently asked questions, but I've made videos that answered some of these questions. But people still ask the same question, and I say, you know what, today let me just come around and just answer most of these questions, the frequently asked questions, so that people can see these questions, see these answers to their questions, so they don't have the need to continue asking the same questions. So that anytime people ask questions, I could just refer them to this video so they can have the full coverage of their questions. Anyways, before I go further, one of the major reasons why I haven't been on YouTube for some time, that I've not posted for some time, I had to do a minor surgery. It is not big, so it's just minor. And well, I wear hat not just for fancy reasons, but also for a reason whereby I had, how do I even put it? I had a small growth on my head right there, and people always ask me questions about what is on your head and stuff like that, and I just always answer them. But it's kind of a growth that has been there since I was a little kid. So I grew up with it and it was nothing to me. But as I grew older, I realized that people just kept looking at it or staring at it or asking me, hey, what's that? So I decided to just put a hat on it, so people don't really have to ask me questions about that all the time. But I decided to take it out. Before I took it out, I went through different doctors, and I asked them, hey, should I take this out? Some of them were actually my friends who are doctors or people I work with, and they were like, leave it alone. If it doesn't bother you, leave it alone. It's just like maybe a fat tissue or a fat growth. You don't have to you don't have to do anything about it. It's called a lipoma. You don't have to do anything about it. So I was like, okay, but I just don't want it there anymore. I've had it since I was a little kid. I'm like, I want it gone. So I decided to take it off. So I'll show you guys an image of when they took it off and the stitches that were there. And now I'll show you guys that I don't have that anymore. So right there, I don't know if you guys can see a little bit of scar tissue there, maybe. All right, so it's no longer there. So sometimes I will come with hat because I'm kind of used to wearing the hat, and most time I will not come with the hat. I will just come like this, okay? And most people who see me now, they are like, is that you? Chris, is that you? Because for a long time, they've always known me with someone wearing a hat. And in my church, some of my Bible study friends, they were like, wait, so you are not wearing this hat for fashion statement? I'm like, no. But I have so many of these hats that I've used it to match my wears and the clothes I wear, and it has matched my shoes and matched my pants and my shirts. So it has matched everything. So I have different hats for them, and it's very funny because because it's now part of me that sometimes when I want to go out, I forget that I've taken this growth out. I forget about it and I still put on my hat. And then I realize I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. If I remember to take it, I take it. If I don't remember, I don't take it. So I just go with it. All right. So I just wanted to put it out there that, one of the reasons why I haven't been online is that. And also, I want to talk about a new platform that is coming that I will be taking my content to. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop using YouTube. Instead, the platform has a feature whereby I can stream live to YouTube and live to every other platform that I have. So that will be very easy for me. So I can't wait for it to be released. It's called Charter, and my aim for this platform is for us to be able to communicate to each other live. So when I'm talking to you, you guys are talking back, you guys are repeating or asking me questions, you guys are commenting. It's kind of like what you call Clubhouse, but it's not Clubhouse, it's social audio, okay, and visual. You guys can see me as I'm talking right now. I can see you guys also if you want to be part of the people I can bring up so we can discuss about candles, about K Air Fresheners. So that's the platform I'm waiting for. It's supposed to be launched in February, but the guy pushed it further. It was supposed to be launched in March. He still pushed it because he wanted things to be perfect before he released it. So now I'm hearing it's going to be out in April. So this Saturday is supposed to be launched, and I'm ready to start making content there. But also I want to invite you guys over there as well. And I'll let you guys know when I'm putting content in there, invite you guys over. You guys can come in there and we can have an interactive section. All right, that's enough of all this. We've spent like a lot of time talking about every other thing apart from these questions. Okay, let's go into these questions. When you see me looking down, I'll be looking at my tablet so I can be answering these questions that are frequently asked. And these questions are not in order. I just pick them up as I see them. It's just the way I outline them. All right, guys. So the first question is this. What kind of paper are you using for your K Air Freshener? Okay. The kind of paper I'm using for my K Air Freshener, I think I've overemphasized this on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook group. People have asked me this and I've told them this a lot. I use cotton cardstock. I don't hide anything from you guys. What I tell you that I use is what I use. If I don't use something, I don't use something. If I haven't tried something, I haven't tried something. So what I use is cotton cardstock. They are absorbent cotton cardstocks. Okay. I don't know where you can find them in Amazon. I don't think you can. I'm just letting you know that. Okay, but that's the question. I have this question asked me all the time. What kind of paper are you using for your K Air Freshener? I use cotton cardstock. Okay, that's what I use. All right. Okay, the second question is this. Can I use felt paper from Amazon to make my K Air Fresheners? You can use felt polyester from Amazon or from any other sources that you can find them. You can use those to make your K Air Freshener, absolutely. The issue is that the reason I personally don't use them is because after putting your graphics or putting your images or your logo on them and you sublimate them, okay, or you use a heat transfer paper to add those images on the felt. The issue is that when you start adding your fragrance oil, every image you put there will start smearing. They will start, getting a nasty look. And for me, I cannot present that to my customers. I like my stuff to be quality and professional. So that's the reason why I don't use it. And I've shown you guys images before of how I've used them, whereby sometimes it's even harder to dry. They don't dry easily, okay? And it will take you maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks for them to even have any form of absorption in them. Okay, and I've told you guys how to apply fragrance oil on felt before. For felt, you cannot soak them in oil. You cannot soak them in fragrance oil. It's going to just make a mess, a complete mess. With my absorbent cottons, I can soak them, and I've shown you guys so many times. In fact, this morning, I made some K Air Fresheners, and I think these ones. I made some K Air Freshener, and I soaked them. All right, they've been soaking since 6 a.m. You guys can see that. All right. You guys can see that the images did not smear. They are still intact. Nothing has happened to the images. They are just the way they are. Okay. But with felt, they're just going to smear and have, all this craziness happening to them. The way you can fragrance felt is just, for example, pretend this was a felt. You just have to use like a brush, okay, and just dab around the edges, okay, dab around the edges. You don't want to put on top of the images. You don't want to do that, or you don't want to submerge them inside a fragrance oil. They're going to smear out. They're going to become, I don't know. Don't do it. Okay. If you must use felt, dab around the edges. That's what I can say about that. Okay. Next one is it mandatory to use DPG in my K Air Freshener? All right. DPG is not mandatory, but it is necessary. Okay. You don't have to use DPG. DPG is just a carrier oil. You don't have to use DPG. You can use any other carrier oil. They have them, online. You can use them, but I prefer DPG because that's what I've been using. And what DPG does, it just helps to slowly release fragrance, okay? And when it slowly releases the fragrance, it makes the K Air Freshener last longer, okay? Usually when you put straight up fragrance oil on cardstock, what happens is that it releases fast, okay? So that's why you see people saying their K Air Freshener just lasts for 2 days, 3 days, okay, 4 days, okay, top maybe 7 days, depending on the strength of your fragrance oil. But using any carrier oil helps to increase the longevity of your fragrance, of your K Air Freshener. Okay, so that's one of the reasons I use it. And I didn't add this, but let me just add this to what I'm saying right now. There are two types of DPG. They have the food grade and you have the fragrance grade. Do not use the food grade. Use the fragrance grade. I've had people tell me that their freshener didn't work well, or it didn't smell, or it didn't last that long because they added DPG. And I asked them, what grade of DPG did you add? And the first thing they said was, what is that? What do you mean? DPG is DPG. And I said, no, you have to add the fragrance DPG, not the food grade DPG. Fragrance grade DPG. Okay? All right. The next question is, I like the paper you use. Where did you get them from? Good. The papers I use, they are 3M cardstock. All right? And I got them from my manufacturer. You cannot get this anywhere online. However, if you really want to get a cardstock that are cotton, you can try EMI. It's in the United States. For those outside of the United States, I don't know where to direct you guys to, but you can try EMI in the United States. They are not sponsoring this video whatsoever. I just like to shout out people who have similar product. However, EMI will either send you just the blanks, or I'm not sure. The last time I spoke to them was about 2 years ago, I believe. I believe they can add um, your images as well. I am not sure, don't quote me on that. But if you just want the blanks I want to add yourself, then you can do that. But I am not sure how the finished product is going to be for you after adding your fragrance oil. All right. Okay, where do I get my from? So I got it from my manufacturer, and my manufacturer manufactures my product after I send them all the requirements, like my design, my logo, and everything. So they get it from me. And I had to source them out myself because I was looking for a professional looking quality cardstock that I will use for my business. So that's how I was able to, locate one. And after locating one, I started using them. But first, I was giving their information to people so people can contact them and consult them for their own car air fresheners. The problem was that the people they were going to them were not really serious. Not all, but some of them were not serious. They will give them a quote and they will tell them what to do, but they will not really follow up. They will not even purchase their product. So it was a waste of time for my manufacturer. It was a waste of time for me giving them all this information. And also it almost put me in jeopardy with my manufacturer, to the extent that my manufacturer said they might have to drop me off because they think I'm kind of sending them people who are not serious, like I'm playing with them and they're business people. And I promised them, look, I'm not playing with you guys. I take you guys seriously. I'm going to see what I can do. They said, no, they don't want me to send people to them anymore. So that's when I decided to develop this program, this startup program that I have, whereby people who are interested in the kind of materials that I use, they will have to go through me to my manufacturer, not straight to my manufacturer anymore, because it seemed like a lot of people are not serious. So now I'm just taking people who are serious by me vetting them by asking, okay, if you are willing to go through the process of getting this, these are the things you need to do. And I've been talking about this a lot last year when I started the program. If people get things for free, they don't value it. So what I did, I put a processing fee, which is $75, that when I see that you are serious, you've paid out $75, I know you're locked in. I know you are serious about starting your car air freshener. So then I tell my manufacturer, okay, this person is serious. And then they ask me, how do you know they are serious? And I say, okay, they have paid a processing fee, a service fee that tells me, personally, I call it don't waste my time fee. That's what I call it. So that's just the fee I call it. Don't waste my time fee, but it's a processing fee whereby I can also put your image on my template. And once that template is all set and I send to you, you approve it, I send your product to be made to the manufacturer, and then you pay the final production fee. That's how we get it done. Okay, so the next one is how can I start a car air freshener business? Well, I just said some of it here. So if you want to start a car air freshener business, you can contact me, or you can go to the link in the description and click on the other form so you can read about the program. When you're done reading about the program and you say like this is something you want to do, then you can contact me through the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, the link will be in the description to join. And there you can message me directly, and then we can have the process going. We can start the communication about you starting your car air freshener business. And it is very simple. You can ask those who have been in the program, who've started the program, and who are still in the program. So far, we've had I would say about 20 people or 21 people that have gone through this program and are still in the program. And some of them have actually ordered 2-3 times. Some of them are actually doing way better than I'm doing, selling their car air fresheners. Some of them are ordering like, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000. I've had someone order 6,000. Okay, so it depends on the volume they are going for and where they are located. They are selling more. I've had people from Kuwait. I've had people from Australia, from New Zealand, from England, from Nigeria. Actually, the Nigerian person didn't fulfill their order. They said they want to wait, so maybe that doesn't count. But a lot of people from the United States, some from is it what's that country? It's an European country, Hungary, I believe. Yeah, I've had someone, even someone from Brazil as well. In I've had one in the Caribbean as well. So we have people all over the world, joining this program, and they are doing it. Okay. So like I said, it is straightforward. Send me your images, that you want to put on your cardstock. You know, it comes with your back card, which I call the packaging card. It also comes with free ropes. It comes with free plastic bags that you can put your product in, and your design of your choice will be there. And then you can choose how many designs you want per car air freshener quantity. All right. If you have any question about this particular question, please let me know. Okay. Next one. What kind of bags are you using and where do you get them from? Again, I just said about the bags, right? So the kind of bags I'm using are called PE bags, okay? They are from the manufacturer. So like I said, once you go through the program, the bags will be free, okay? So if you're ordering, let's say you're ordering 500 cardstocks of your design, okay, it will come with free packaging cards, which means it will come with 500 free packaging cards. Packaging cards are something like this. So on your own, for your own design, all right. So it depends on how you want to design yours. If you want just generic ones of your choice, you can have that. Okay. So something like this. All right. This would be, the kind of packaging card we're talking about. So it will come with 500 of those, and it will come with 500 ropes. Ropes I'm talking about would be something like this. Okay, it will come with 500 of that, and it will come with 500 plastic bags as well. I don't know if I have anyone around me right here. Here we go. So it will come like this, a bag like this. So 500 of those will be also provided to you. All right. The next one is, how can I create my own packaging cards? Again, you can design your own packaging card and send to me, and then I will send it to the manufacturer, and then they will make your packaging card just like this. All right. However, if you want to make your own personal one, and you want to do it yourself, you don't want to go through my manufacturer, you want to do it yourself, you can actually design that by yourself. I have a template that you can follow. You can just drag and drop onto the template. You can go on my website. The link is in the description. You can go there and you can download that template and you can use it. And the template is going to come in SVG file. So it's like a scalable vector graphic file. It's going to come like that. And also it's going to come with, it's going to come in a PowerPoint file. So you can either use a PowerPoint file to edit it. If you know how to use PowerPoint, then you choose you open the PowerPoint file. If you know how to use Inkscape or Adobe Illustrator, then you can use the SVG file. Okay, you can use that. All right, so that's what you can do. And when you're done, you can take your finished product, your finished design, to any printing store and tell them the kind of cards you want, and then they can print it on your card and they can cut it for you based on the size, and there you go. All right. Okay, the next question is, that's the number 8 question. All right, sorry, I forgot to tell you guys the numbers. So this is number 8. How did you get into local retail stores? All right, this is a very important and very interesting question. I like this one. And this has been asked to me by so many people. Like when I do my retail store videos, these are one of the questions I get all the time. So, and I've made a video about this. But let me just say it now. To get into local businesses is not rocket science. It is not neuroscience. Okay. It is based on your approach to these people. And number one thing I always say is make sure your product looks quality. Make sure your product is close to or par the other product that they sell. The first thing you want to do is go into the store and survey. Look at the product these people are selling. Look at what they carry. Don't just go there with your product and start pitching. You don't know if they carry K Air Fresheners. You don't know if they carry candles. You don't know if they carry soap. All you have to do is go there, take a walk there, and just browse around, okay, and see what they carry. And then you always want to, also want to ask, if the manager is around, okay, just get to know the manager, build some rapport, with them, and then go home and start looking at your product. Is my product quality enough? Is my product professionally enough to be put in on the shelf of these people? Okay, so that's the question I want to ask yourself. And if your answer is no, that your product is not um, good enough to get in there, then you want to work on your products. Like I told you guys before, there's a place I went to that they rejected my product. They told me they don't think this is a fit for them, even though they sell candles and even though they sell fresheners in there. They said my product is not fit for them. And I said, okay. And I went home and I asked myself, why? What did I do wrong? What do I need to change? And I said, you know what? I'm going to change my packaging. And I went with a new packaging about probably months later. Okay, I redesigned my packaging. I used to go with this. Let me see. So the first time I actually went there, I went with this packaging. This was my first packaging. So I went with this. And I wouldn't say it is the packaging that they said no to. I wouldn't say that because I'm selling this on Amazon, but it could be. I don't know. But what I can say confidently is this. When I switched my packaging to this, right? And I then improved again by switching to this. I went to that same store and they said yes. So now to me, I'm saying it could be because of my packaging. That's why I couldn't get a yes at that moment. So now I have this sold in about 7 different local stores because I decided to change something in my packaging. It might not be your packaging, it could just be the way you approach them. It could just be the way you spoke to them, your first impression. You know how they say first impression lasts? So you want to make an unforgettable first impression to the retail store owners, okay, to the local store. You want to make an unforgettable impression. So when they see your product or when they see you, they will already say yes in their mind that whatever this guy is selling or this woman is selling, I'm already buying it. Okay, then when you present your product to them, that's a sale. That's a deal. You just closed on them. Okay. And if you want more about this, I have a video about this. You can go on my channel. You're going to see a video about how to approach retail store. Okay, the next one, number 9, is how long does your K Air Freshener last? So this question is also important because the reason why you sell your K Air Freshener or you want to sell your K Air Freshener is so that your customers will have the ultimate satisfaction, meaning that it will last longer. Okay. And one of the key things is the thickness of your cardstock. If you're selling your K Air Freshener and it's very thin, like 1.5 mm's, for example, I have this one that I sell on Amazon and it smells really good. Wow. Okay, so let's see. So this one that I sell on Amazon, they are 1.5 thickness. Okay, they are not that thick, but they seem to do the job. Maybe, because of the addition of DPG and stuff, but they still do the job. But using a thickness of 3 mm is doubling the thickness of the 1.5. Okay, so naturally it's going to last longer. It's going to take more oil, it's going to take more fragrance oil, thus it's going to last longer. Okay, so that's why I use the 3M. That's the reason I use it. And also the other factor that you can have is the strength of your fragrance oil. If you're using a very faint fragrance oil, your fragrance will, should I say, might not last longer. But if you're using a very strong fragrance oil, then it's going to last longer. Okay, for example, I always use the coffee smell as an example because the coffee fragrance is very strong. So those will last for a long time. Also, lemon fragrance oil is very strong. So I sent 2 samples of my lemon fragrance oil, of my lemon K Air Fresheners, and my coffee K Air Fresheners to a prospective buyer. He's a retail store, but I just sent it to them as a sample. And the retail owner put it in their car, one in his car, one in his wife's car. And they said for a long time, they smelt that. Those were the reasons why, or one of the reasons why they said they wanted my product in their store, because it lasted so long. Okay, and I've heard other someone else said, this was a buyer from Canada as well. He said the one I sent to them also lasted for a long time. Okay, if you guys know that I talked about this person before, on my channel. He's the owner of Country Home Candle in Canada, Ontario, Canada. So those of you who live in Canada, Ontario, and you looking for K Air Fresheners candles, I would recommend Sean and the wife Nicole. They own the Country Home Candles. Okay, check them out and patronize them. They're good people. All right, guys. So, and also I want to give a shout out to Amy Moore in Ingo Nook and Co. I think that's a company in Campobello, South Carolina. If you are in that region as well, please patronize them. They are doing great things around there. They have candles, they have K Air Fresheners as well. I want to give a shout out to them because they are also ordering, like the first order Amy made was about 2,000 cardstocks. And it's amazing. Okay, I just want to say, thank you for that, Amy, as well. And thank you, Sean. And to everyone who is selling their K Air Fresheners right now, either from home, on Etsy, on Amazon, on eBay, on their website, I want to give you guys a shout out, and I want to wish you guys successes in everything you do. The ones in England, in Kuwait, in Australia, in New Zealand, every one of you, I want to give you guys a shout out, a blessing to your business. So the next question is this. Also, can I just add with this, how long does your K Air Freshener last? When you add your fragrance oil on your cardstock, okay, and you leave them for to soak in and to absorb this fragrance oil, remember that this fragrance oil remain in the cardstock. For example, I've had this K Air Freshener out of my car for like probably 3 months now. Okay, 3 months it's been out of my car. I don't use this anymore. It's just sitting down here, and I can still smell it. This is this is something I put. Actually, it's not even 3 months. I think it's probably 4 months, because this was for Christmas time. All right, this is Christmas time, and we are in April, but it still smells. So now, if let me show you guys something. I didn't plan to do this, but let me just do it. So I'm going to use my heat gun, and I'm going to put it on this. All right. So as I hit this, I can smell this very strong. It's as if I just added this today. Okay, because the fragrance oil is still in there. All right, if you have, I'm talking why this is loud, I am sorry. Okay, let me stop this. It is strong. Okay, all right, so this is just a small experiment I wanted to make. All right, your fragrance oil is still in your car no matter how long it's been in your car. All right, why is this so? Because of, number one, I talk about the DPG. Okay, it slowly releases them. But sometimes you think your fragrance oil is all done, it's all dispersed from your cardstock, but it's not. Okay, sometimes during the hot summertime, you will start release, you will start smelling your fragrance oil. You will start smelling the freshener again, because the heat from the sun is still activating the fragrance inside the cardstock. That's why I said, let me use this heat gun to demonstrate that. And yes, it happens. Sometimes my car air freshener that I've been in my car for months, all of a sudden I get in my car one day and then it's going to be like, whoa, like, did I add something new? No, it's just the same one. It's just that the sun is hitting it. Okay, so that happens as well. All right, just wanted to let you guys know that. All right. The 10th question is, what are your best selling fresheners? Okay, my best selling fresheners, I don't hide these things from you guys anyways. I've said it before. My best selling fresheners are my mahogany thick wood fragrance oil. When I put that in my car air freshener, actually I mix my mahogany thick wood with my leather. I mix it together and it comes out really, unique. And I'm giving you guys, something. You know what? How about you guys subscribe and like this video? I just gave you guys something that I shouldn't, but no, I don't hide things from you guys anyways. So that's one of those things that I use, and they sell like crazy. So my mahogany thick wood, I do my own addition. I would say do 60% of the mahogany thick wood, and then 40% of your leather, and then you can have a unique mahogany thick wood car air freshener. All right, please subscribe and hit that like button. Come on, guys, I'm giving you guys something here. Okay, all right. What are the other ones? I would say lemon is very good. It sells during the summertime a lot. Which other one? Gunpowder. Gunpowder also sell well for my car air fresheners. And cigar and cognac, that sell well my car air freshener. I would say lemon. I've mentioned lemon. I would say the vanilla. You guys know that vanilla is very vanilla, right? So it's just out there everywhere, but it still sells. People still like them. All right. Coffee sells. Yeah, coffee sells. But the major one for me is the mahogany thick wood. But the other ones, they still sell. All right. Let me see. If you guys have any other ones that you want to recommend for the viewers, and maybe for me as well, you guys can put that in the comment section. And that's why I like the new platform coming up. When I say things like this, you guys can immediately also say, hey, Chris, I have something to say, and you can list your own favorite as well. Or you can also help and tell people, hey, try this store, try this online store that they sell this fragrance oil. I think you might want to try that and use that on your car air freshness. Okay. The next one, the 11th question is, what is the advantages of your base solution? Do I really need it? All right. My base solution is actually for me. It is not supposed to be for the public. All right. I developed this solution for myself. And the advantage of it is, when I use it, it's mainly for odor eliminator. That's the reason I use it. Because you can have your car air freshener, right? Just with fragrance oil, and you just hang them in there. They just smell good in your car, and they can do what they call hide or mask odor. They can mask odor. But they don't really eliminate them, right? So I decided to go into a little R&D, research and development, and I decided to come up with this solution because some of the ingredient inside my base solution is something that already is proven to eliminate odor. And that's the reason I put them in my car stocks. Okay. All right. That's the reason I put them. And you don't have to use it. I haven't been using them, prior to this. I didn't use them before I discover this. So they still my car air freshener still works. But with this, it just gave an added boost to them. And when I add my base solution, I realized that you guys can, let me just use this as an example. You guys can see this, there is no base solution added whatsoever. But this, you can see the color change from this to this. You can see the color change. It's because a base solution was added prior to me adding the fragrance oil. And once the fragrance oil hits the cardstock that already has the base solution, it activates, and that's when you see the change. Let me find it. Let me grab this one. That's when you see the change, okay, in the colors. All right. So it activates. For example, these ones have been sitting here. They haven't changed yet. Okay. They haven't changed yet. But once it fully absorbs the fragrance oil, you can see that it kind of gets that dark color at the edges. And at first, I was like, oh, what is that? I was like, I don't think I want to see that. But then I realized that it gives the product a refined finish, kind of a unique finish. And sometimes I think it depends on the kind of car fragrance oil you use, because sometimes not all of them will give that dark finish, but I see that 95% of them will give that dark finish. And I personally love them because even when the recent store I went to deliver their product, they were like, they really like it, that it's kind of, it looks more of luxury. That is, so it's kind of gives that luxury feeling and shiny feeling also. All right. So that's one of the reasons I use them. And again, you do not have to use them if you don't want to use them. It is not mandatory, okay? It's not compulsory to use them. But personally, I like them. And also one of the ingredient in there seem to also help with longevity as well. So apart from the DPG that is in there, there are other ingredient that I added to that solution that also enhances the longevity. All right, the last one, number 12. So the last one I read was number 11. So number 12 is, how do you add fragrance oil to your car air fresheners? This is something I've done so many times. I have videos upon videos upon videos on these particular questions. But hey, people still ask the question, right? So the way I add my own car air so the way I add my own fragrance oil on my car air fresheners or my cardstocks is, okay, let me start with the first time I started making car air fresheners. I used to have a brush or a sponge. And what I do is I go around and I dab on the edges when I'm making single car air fresheners, or if I'm making a whole batch. There was one time I made one for a car washing company. I made about 700, I believe, 500 or 700. Made about that for them. And I didn't discover yet, or I was afraid of submerging the whole cardstock in oil. I was really worried and scared about that everything was going to wipe out, my whole image and everything will be gone. So what I did, I started using brushes, and I had to do them individually for the whole 500. and I use brushes as well, and I put on the top, the sides and everything. So that's how I used to do them. So I decided to summon confident one day. I said, let me just try this. So I put one of my cardstock in an fragrance oil, just like this. Okay, just like this. I put it in there and I let it soak in. So after 45 minutes, I came back kind of scared that everything will be washed out, to be smeared out. It would be the biggest mistake I've ever made. How dare I do that and stuff like that. But when I came into my surprise, it soaked everything and nothing was wrong with the cardstock. So that's when I started adding them like this in a bucket like this. Okay, and then I just measure my fragrance oil and I just pour them in there, give them some shakes. Okay, tighten them, just put them to absorb, and that's it. So when I have a sale, just like I do right now, just got a sale from Amazon. All right, and that would be for my mahogany thick wood. So for these ones, which I've been sitting down here, so I have 3 left. Okay, so I have 3 left in here, which means I will be making some more K Air Fresheners. Then, but I'll have to start making the base solution, the priming. So I have to put them in the base solution at first, let them dry overnight. Then tomorrow I will be adding fragrance oil to them. So I have 3 left, so they just ordered 2. So that's what I'll be packaging today. After this video, I will be packaging this and I will be shipping them out today. All right, so that's real time for you right now. I just got an order while I'm talking about this. All right, so that's how I actually fragrance them. Put them in there and pour the fragrance oil. Just for example, I have some of the gunpowder. These ones are already, they already have their base solution in there. All they are waiting for now is for me to put them in the container that has the gunpowder. So for example, I already have a lot of gunpowder that I did yesterday. Have them here already. So when these ones, when these ones are done, then all I have to do is take this, okay, take this one that has the base solution and put them in here and then pour the fragrance oil in there. Okay, so that's all I have to do. All right. I have to do this for the mahogany. Again, that's the mahogany they bought. All right, that's why I say it's one of my best sellers out there. All right, so I'll be shipping that. All right, so that's the last question that I have. The next time I'm going to do something like this will be when I have more questions that are outside of this one, because I've addressed this now. So if you have questions concerning this, I will be directing you to this video. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you're doing well. I hope all is well with you, your family, and everything that concerns you. I hope all is well. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Chris. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you will be notified every time I add a new video on my channel. And please, please, please like this video, and I will appreciate you guys for that. Thank you once again. God bless. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.